Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 3 of Luminous Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generated game. When we left off in the previous episode, our clan members were so desperate for food that they were willing to fight a fox for their kill. And one of our cats, Tornfern, she was so brave and daring, she went right ahead and led the charge essentially. And taking that fox down, and I think ended up breaking like a tendon or ripping a tendon in the fox's leg, and they managed to steal basically all of the prey that the fox had either hunted on their own or scavenged. So we hauled in quite a bit of food. However, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough food to last us the next moon, but we won't starve this moon. We'll be well fed. Also in this episode, we are going to be seeing our little Halkit age up into an apprentice. So I'm excited for all of that. Okay, let us go straight to the leader's den and roll the dice to see how the next gathering is going to be handled. Okay, so we got a 4 on the D10, that's Whimsy Clan. We got an 8 on the D8, which is Praise. So again, that Age of Peace that we have with all of our allies. Okay guys, let's skip a moon and see what happens. We have some birth and death notices. Luminous Clan has no deputy. Luminous Clan does not have enough healthy medicine cats. Cats will be sick/hurt for longer and have a higher chance of dying. During the gathering, Stone Speck is constantly singing Whimsy Clan's praises. The other leaders don't seem so impressed, but Whimsy Clan's leader is quite pleased. So Whimsy Clan relations have improved. Plum Raven wandered out into the territory and was later found dead, a peaceful expression on her face. Now she was one of our oldest elders, and I suppose it was time. It was just time for her. It wasn't a gruesome death or anything like that. It seems as though it was a very peaceful passing. But she has now joined the Cats and Star clan. Neo Star can walk and move without pain. Her sprain must have healed. Neo Star fell into a sinkhole and was never seen again. The leader has no lives left and has traveled to Star Clan. We just lost Neo Star? When Neo Star's kitten, her favorite son, is going to be turning into an apprentice? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. You know what though? I feel like Neo Star, even though she could never really win anyone's loyalty apart from Tempest, I think she had such a pivotal role to play in Luminous Clan, because after the wars we went through and the aggressive transition from Godzilla Star to Glass, Glass Star was important because Glass Star, she took down Godzilla Star. So she was able to help in that transition, and then obviously because that happened, Neo Star was able to come in at a later point in time, and Neo Star was the one who actually led us to peace. She's the one who brought around an age of peace, even though she didn't stick around for too long. So I think Neo Star had probably the most important role to play out of all of the outsider cats who became leaders in Luminous Clan. She had the most important role to play in Luminous Clan, and even though she has now left us, I think all of the cats will remember that it was Neo Star, an outsider, who brought us back from war and took us to peace, a time of peace. Stone Speck has been promoted to the new leader of the clan once more. They travel immediately to the Moonstone to get their 9 lives and are hailed by their new name, Stone Star. This is actually the second time Stone Speck or Stone Star is becoming a leader. The first time she became leader, she stepped down not too long after she brought Neo Star in because she felt Neo Star was better equipped for what the clan wanted. Now that they're in that position though, and Neo Star has, passed away, I wonder how well Stone Star is going to do and whether or not she's going to be able to retain this position of hers. Tempest has gotten heat exhaustion. Howlpaw has reached the age of 6 moons and has been made an apprentice with Tornfern as his mentor. Guys, look at that. Tornfern, who stood out in the last episode for her decisiveness during that hunting patrol where she fought off that fox, or she battled with that fox and came out the victor, bringing us a ton of food. She impressed obviously Neostar, and I think before Neostar passed away, maybe she had expressed to her deputy Stonespec that she thought Tornfern would be a great mentor for Halpor. And so after her passing, Stonestar has decided to kind of fulfill Neostar's final wish and make Tornfern her son's mentor. This is so bittersweet. Halpor was climbing a tree when he fell. Luckily, he was only bruised in the accident. Lupine Claw can hardly process the sight of Plumraven's body before her. That's right, Plumraven was the mother of... Was it Lupine Claw? No. Grandmother. Sorry, Lupine. Plumraven was the grandmother of Lupine Claw. That's right. She was the mother of their father, Rowanpelt. Somehow, the world feels colder and crueler now. The loss takes such a toll on her that she can barely find her footing as she stumbles to her nest, wailing for her grandmother, Plumraven. The world seems hollow without Neostar. Magpie Heart struggles through the vigil. He can't be bothered to get up out of his nest. The next day, refusing to speak a word to those around him. I feel like even for Neostar and Magpie Heart, I mean, they were the only compatible mates we've had in, I don't know, many seasons of Luminous Clan. And I feel like their time together was very, very brief and short. And in that time, they did have quite a bit of heartbreak because they lost their daughter, obviously Ice Kid, and now, not too long later, Neostar's passed away, and it's just Magpie Heart and his son, Halpor now. I feel sad for Magpie Heart. Like, he spent a large part of his life being alone, and then he very briefly saw happiness, and now he doesn't have a partner again, like, he's back to being alone, but at least he has, that one child. The past moon, Plumraven and Neostar have taken their place in Star Clan. Luminous Clan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss where they had been in their lives. Moments of their lives are shared in stories around the circle of mourners, as those that were closest to them take them to their final resting place. Okay, I want to take a look at Halpor because I'm very fascinated. And guys, we're back down to 10 cats. 10 cats. This is literally the smallest the clan has been ever. This is the founding number of cats that we had in the very beginning back in season 1. But Halpor, let's take a look at you. He is, oh my goodness, a bloodthirsty adolescent who is a picky nest builder. I find this very, very fascinating, and I wonder how he's going to influence the future of this clan, because Halpor's mother, who was compassionate, was known for her kindness, and she was the one who brought about an age of peace. And to have her only surviving child become, a bloodthirsty cat, that's very contrary to her legacy, and I find it fascinating. So, okay, but I think, I think Halpor is not so much maybe bloodthirsty when it comes to warring with other clans. I think Halpor would be bloodthirsty for prey, because a lot of what he remembers in his kittenhood was not having enough food, and the clan constantly being desperate for food. So maybe he grew up with this, thirst for prey blood, to find prey and make sure everyone has enough to eat. Maybe that's what it is for him. And his mentor, Tornfern, is strict. So, an unusually strong fighter, good kid sitter. I wonder if, Tornfern was seen as a good mentor for Halpor, because she would be able to hone his bloodthirstiness in a way that's beneficial for the clan and not kind of go astray, like not lead him astray to things like, fighting with other cats and warring with other clans. Maybe Tornfern was seen as the ideal mentor to help preserve the legacy of Neostar in her son. So I do like that match, and she does have a lot of, she's a good kid sitter, so she'll be able to guide him properly, but also because she's a strong fighter, she'll be able to, like I said, hone that kind of need to hunt in Halpor. So, okay, that seems like a really good match between the two of them. I am very happy for them. Let's see. Let's check out the medicine cat den now. Tempest has heat exhaustion. Lupine Claw was given Poppy as treatment for grief-stricken. Neostar was given Dandelion as treatment for sprain. and then she healed from that sprain. Pepper was given Marigold as treatment for a weak leg, and then of course after she healed from that sprain, she did fall into a sinkhole and pass away, unfortunately. But okay, let's dive into relationships and see. Let's see. It was Plumraven and Neostar. Let's see if Plumraven and Neostar had any kind of final moments before they died. Plumraven feels comfortable challenging Lupine Claw on something she said. So Plumraven spending some time with her granddaughter over here. Then Plumraven hears Magpie crying over something everyone downplayed the severity of. So again, she's spending time with another grandchild, her grandson. First her granddaughter, then her grandson. Stonespeck asks Halkit a simple question, but Halkit reacts strangely to it. Halkit sneezed on Stonespeck. Cloudfur and Halkit giggle over something silly. Cloudfur is impressed by Sensual's competence in any situation. Lupine Claw asks Stonespeck if a fur looks clean. Lupine Claw is asking Tornfern interesting questions. Magpie Heart and Daisyquake always learn something new when they're together. Magpie Heart and Tornfern roll up moss balls together. Neostar heard Tempest discussing potential mates, but her name never came up. Interesting. I wonder if Neostar was starting to see Tempest as more than I don't know. I don't see that. I don't feel like she had any problems with her mate that she would look elsewhere. She doesn't seem as though she was that kind of cat. I'm thinking that maybe Tempest has been quite like happy, I think, with Sunchill. I think maybe we can interpret this as Tempest discussing potential mates for like other cats in the clan and like what they're going to do in the future, whether outsiders are going to have to be brought in for them to pair up. And obviously our clan is so small, we need to focus on having more kittens. So maybe that's what the discussion was. Yeah, but maybe Tempest wasn't discussing it with Neostar. Maybe she was talking about it with like some of the other elders, and Neostar was a bit upset that this wasn't brought up as a concern with the clan leader. Neostar is given Halkit a task. Pepper and Magpie Heart talk about what they see in the clouds. Pepper and Daisyquake laugh about something small together. Tempest tells Sunchill that she was worried for him. Look at these two. This is what I mean. They have a very healing sort of relationship between the two of them. Sunchill ignores Halkit. Tempest and Stonestar are assigned the same task. Okay, so this is when the clan leader dies. So between these two interactions, Neostar has passed away. So it seems as though the last thing Neostar did was give Halkit a task, and then she passed away, and then Stonestar became the leader. Tempest asks Halkit if her fur looks clean. Daisyquake asks Cloudfur to teach him how to sing so well. Daisyquake doesn't think that Halkit's intentions are all pure. Tornfern is baffled by something Cloudfur says about religion. Halpaw is hurt by one of Stonestar's pranks, but Stonestar doesn't seem to believe him. So this is when we have the Apprentice ceremony, and unfortunately it seems as though his mother was not alive to even see her son become an apprentice. She died before she could see that. And then, of course, Plumraven and Neostar pass on. So Plumraven's kind of last interactions seem to be with her grandchildren, and with Neostar, it was overhearing Tempest talk about, the clan kind of freaking out about how low the population is, potential mates for remaining cats, and also giving a task to her son before she passed on. So okay, that's all we have for events, so let us cut the recording and jump to the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to resume with the cat list. We have had some promotions, obviously, so now that Stonestar is leader, Lupine Claw has been promoted to her deputy, Magpie Heart has been promoted to medicine cat, and Sunchill has been promoted to mediator, which means that unfortunately we can't have any mediation between Sunchill and Tempest. They're gonna have to handle their relationship on their own, but I think they'll do well. I think they'll do well. They had a good kind of head start, and now it's completely up to them. Aside from that, we do need to check up on loyalties, but also I want to see the ceremony for Stone Star before I forget, because I did last time with Neo Star. This also means, though, we might have a change in our clan focus now that we have a new leader. So Stone Star, let's check up on her leader ceremony, guys. Stone Speck leaves to speak with Star Clan. She closes her eyes and is immediately surrounded by her loved ones, friends, and clanmates who have passed on. Stars shine throughout their pelts, and their eyes are warm as they greet the new leader. Buttercup Dusk, her mate who died, steps in front of Stone Speck, a worried look crossing his features for a moment before he shakes his head. He presses his muzzle against Stone Speck's and gives a life for endurance. Plumraven strides forward. Plumraven, who was Stone Speck's mother, if I'm not mistaken, strides forward, an energy in her steps that wasn't present in her last moments. She gives a life for grace. Shadow Swirl dips her head in greeting her sister, so this was Stone Speck's youngest sister. Energy surges through Stone Speck's pelts as she receives a life for mercy. She reassures Stone Speck that she is almost done. Stone Speck is breathless when she sees Bubbling Gale approach. I think Bubbling Gale, if I'm not mistaken, was her father. Fierce pride burns in Bubbling Gale's eyes as he greets his child, there we go, pressing his nose to Stone Speck's forehead and giving her a life for compassion. With a calm whisper that Stone Speck should keep her ambitions in check and not lose herself to greed, Rowan Pelt, her only brother, delivers a life for friendship. Day Prince, her son, her one and only son with Buttercup Dusk that died, walks up to Stone Speck, offering a life for courage. He smiles and states that the clan will do well under Stone Speck's leadership. Orchid Shine, another one of her sisters who passed away, steps forward to give Stone Speck... Sorry, this was not one of her sisters. This was one of her nieces. Her brother's daughter, her nieces. Orchid Shine steps forward to give Stone Speck a life for unity. Stone Speck grits her teeth as the life rushes into her. Eyes aglow with mischievous gleam, Burrow Shine. This was one of her sisters. Stealthily closes the distance, carrying a precious offering for Stone Speck, a life imbued with the virtue of clear judgment. Like a fleeting wisp of smoke, Burrowshine departs, leaving behind no trace of her enigmatic presence. Finally, Liastar steps forward. There is pride in his gaze as he stares into Stone Speck's eyes. He gives a life for the strength to overcome her fears. Liastar hails Stone Speck by her new name, Stone Star, telling her that her old life is no more. She is granted guardianship of Luminous Clan and is told to use her new power wisely. The group of starry cats yowls Stone Star's name in support. Stone Star wakes up feeling a new strength within her body and knows that she is now ready to lead the clan. So that's what we have for her leadership ceremony. She is ambitious, but we'll have to see if she manages to keep her position or stay in her position, because we know that she's given it up once before, but it was for a good cause and it did help the clan a lot. But as an ambitious cat, we do need to see what her focus might be. Neostars was helping other clans, but she's ambitious, and because they are kind of going through a time where things are kind of rough for them, I almost wonder if, I mean, yes, there is feeding the clan, but I wonder if as an ambitious cat, she's going to be focused on hoarding resources. I could see that for her, that she wants to begin stockpiling, so your warriors begin stockpiling as many resources as they can get their paws on, regardless of their own safety. Prey and herbs will increase each moon skip, but injuries and illnesses will also increase. I kind of get the feeling that Stone Star has like an element of desperation to her and grand ambitions, and she is kind of willing to put some of the cats on the line, not because she's bad or evil in any way, but I think she has high hopes for the clan, especially with all like the skills that she's been encouraging the older cats to pass on to the youngsters. She wants to basically set the clan up for the future, and I think because of that she would hoard resources. So this is going to be our focus under the new clan leader, is going to be hoarding those resources. And now we can take a look at the loyalties, right? So guys, loyalties, there's been a lot of changes since Stone Star became leader. As you can see, pretty much all the cats who are clan born, right? All the cats who are clan born are loyal to Stone Star, obviously because for them it's very important that one of the luminous bloodlines, they become leader. That's important to them. Someone who carries that prophetic bloodline, that thread that Stone Star does, is very important for their future. Now, interestingly, the only cats who are not her loyalists are the two outsiders that we have, Pepper and Tempest, along with Halpor, who obviously was the son of Neostar, so he is still kind of holding strong to his mother's memory, and maybe he feels as though he's kind of betraying his mother a little bit if he becomes loyal to this new leader as soon as she's come into power. So that's kind of what we have going on here. These cats are kind of unsure of Stone Star, whereas all the clan cats are really happy with this change. No doubt they're grateful that Neostar brought them into an age of peace, and they recognize that she was very much needed, her leadership was needed, but now for them it's as though things have returned to its rightful place, and this is the way it's meant to be, with Stone Star leading them. A cat that was born within the clan that they can trust, and who has like undeniable lineage and heritage. So that's what we have going on over here. Now let's see how everyone's doing for the day. Stone Star sleeps next to Plumraven for the entire vigil one last time, with her mother. Lupine Claw took a nap on the edge of a high rock. Magpie Heart is batting at his tail. Sunchill keeps thinking that Plumraven is only sleeping. And Plumraven was his grandmother, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Sunchill. I think it's been like too many deaths too close together, and that's why he's in denial a little bit. Tornfern is finding the buzzing of the cicadas annoying. Daisy Quake is humming a tune he heard near a two-leg place. Halpor wonders why StarClan had to take Neostar so soon. Oh, that's right. His mother. He was her favorite child. He was very close to his mother, so that would hit him quite hard. Tempest thought she saw a cat, but turns out it's a two-leg object that just looks like one. Pepper is thinking about a strange two-leg object he saw recently. Cloudfire keeps thinking that Plumraven is only sleeping, so Cloudfire and Sunchill are basically spending time together. So basically mother and son. Yeah. So Sunchill and his mother Cloudfire are both by Plumraven's body and thinking that she's only sleeping. They're in denial. Cloudfire about her own mother, and Sunchill about his grandmother. Ay, these cats. Okay, I want to take a look at Sunchill's relationship with Tempest, see how that's going. So let's see. He's not in love with Tempest just yet, it seems. And then Tempest is not in love with Sunchill either, but Sunchill seems to have like a smidge more romance for Tempest than she does for him. Probably because she's trying to be patient with him until he's ready to kind of take another step forward. But I think they're in a good enough position now that they'll be able to handle things on their own. But I want to take a look at how everyone's doing in terms of nutrition. Stone Star is satiated at 77. Lupine Claw is full at 83. Magpie Heart is satiated at 72. Sunchill is satiated at 61. Tornfern is satiated at 77. Daisy Quake is satiated at 77. Halpor, thank goodness, is stuffed at 100. Yes, he needs all the energy he can get. Tempest is stuffed to 100, which is good because we're expecting a litter from her. We're not expecting just yet. We want her to get pregnant so we can have a litter. Pepper is full at 83. Cloudfire is full at 83. Okay, so things are going good. Things are going good so far. But let's cut the recording here and continue with patrols. Okay, we are continuing with patrols. Our medicine cat is currently down, so he's not going to be going out anywhere. Wait, who's the medicine cat? I think it's Magpie Heart, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he's not going to be going anywhere. But thankfully, guys, we are actually not dying for prey, I think. We need 22. We have 23.9. Let me just quickly check events just to make sure. Yes, it doesn't say that we will be struggling for prey in the next moon, which means we're not necessarily gonna focus on hunting this time around. We are going to kind of just send them on a random patrol as I do. Now, obviously, because our patrols are so small, Tornfern is going to be keeping Halpor very close to her. So Halpor, Daisyquake, Tornfern, and Stonestar are heading out. And this is Halpor's first ever time going out as well. You know, for a patrol, so this would be exciting for him. But it says hunting, although I didn't choose hunting. I did do like a random patrol, didn't I? I suppose they want to focus on hunting? Maybe. Maybe they feel as though food is low enough that they want to focus on hunting, even though I didn't specify it. Well, if that's what they want, we'll send them on that. So go on patrol. It's hot out today, and the hunting patrol bounces around infused with energy as they seek out prey. Proceed. It feels like every creature on the mountains is out enjoying the weather and fattening up, and the cats have what feels like the perfect day. Sun and heat and prey dripping from every moment. A large amount of prey is brought to camp. Excellent. So we managed to get 62.3 prey. That's how much we currently have, which is amazing. And if our needed prey is kind of a similar amount, that does mean that we will no longer be starving even across the next moon or so. So that should be good. Hopefully everyone is going to have, like, you know, back to full bellies and all of that. But okay, guys, that is all we managed to get done in this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. When we come back next time, I suppose it is just us kind of readjusting to things under Stone Spec, seeing how her new focus goes, since she wants to hoard resources. Hopefully a really tiny clan of cats doesn't, you know, succumb to more sicknesses or like injuries. And then of course we are waiting to get good news from Tempest and Central. Hopefully their relationship heats up a little bit more from here on. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I am gonna leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.